very seldom sequels are as good as their predecessors, or sometimes even better. Psycho 2 is a great film. The original came out in 1960, starring Anthony Perkins. This movie was not only a classic, but hailed as a masterpiece. Changed the genre forever. Back in 1960, people have never seen anything on film like this up until that point. Jamie Lee Curtis' mama was in that movie. Yeah, she was the one in the shower, getting all hemmed up and knifed up. But this movie is a trip. The original done by, of course, Alfred Hitchcock. 23 years later, the sequel comes out, 1983. You thinking, oh, we got a sequel. Alfred Hitchcock is back. Nah, bruh, he was dead. He died 3 years previous, back in 1980. Richard Franklin helmed the new film. He was under a lot of pressure. No one wanted to touch this. Many directors were like, nah, bruh, You want to do a sequel to Psycho? The classic? The masterpiece? Nah. The cool thing, the writer, Tom Holland, did something very, very unique. He used modern day time framing to make the sequel. 1960, 1983. Okay, we're going to say Norman Bates has been a psychiatric award for 22 years. And when he gets out, guess what? It's 1983. Perfect way to intro into a new sequel or chapter 2 to this great film. Brilliant. Up until that point, I don't know if it's ever been done before in real time. So for 22 years, this man was in a funny form. The Nutty Buddy House. Yeah. If you haven't seen Psycho, look. The man has a split personality, dressed up like a woman, going around stabby people all up in their, bodies and stuff like that. So when he finally got caught by homegirl's sister, took his ass to prison and he went to the funny farm, okay? Well, 22 years later, he's released. And guess who's in the damn courtroom? The sister like, no, don't let this son of a bitch out. He's still crazy. They let him out. They even took him back to his old stomping grounds. Here, go back to that old ass haunted house that's attached to this motel that used to run when you was stabbing motherfuckers. I'm like, this is interesting. If anything, like the doctor said, this place might set you off, Norman. Well, it's just good to be him, crazy motherfucker. And this movie's plot is unique because they bring characters back from the original. Of course, Norman Bates, the titular character, and also the woman who played the sister of the fallen. She's back, and now she has a daughter. So the plot of this movie is, okay, Norman is out. Okay, daughter, we're gonna go to this place. I want you to stay in that hotel and try to make him crazy. This man likes simple sandwiches with milk. When he needs a knife, you get a butcher knife. Anything that could make him go, boo-coo, coo-coo, 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 you do that shit. And the whole purpose was to prove that he is crazy and put his ass back in the psych ward, the Nutty Buddy farm. That's the whole plot of this movie. So Norman is being tortured without even knowing that he's being tortured. Am I killing people? Is somebody else killing people? And us as the audience, we don't know, is Norman still killing people or is somebody else killing people? And in 1983, I think Friday the 13th came out, and then of course Halloween. Those are only the two movies that were slashers. And so Psycho 2 came out right when special effects was getting cool. When you stab somebody, you see what the knife can actually do and not cut away with fancy music. Nah, This movie had a couple of good kills that whoo, some nice jump scares, like looking through a little peephole or hole in the wall, somebody come out, their eyeball come out and look at you. This movie is freaking fantastic. Very few movies are this great that's a sequel. One, The Empire Strikes Back, just as good, if not better than Star Wars. Terminator 2, just as good as the original, if not better. Aliens, just as good as the first, if not better. Psycho 2, just as good, if not better. This movie is freaking fantastic, man. It holds up to this very day. Give it a watch. It's ageless, and it's a perfect sequel that's in sequence according to the years past. That's brilliant. Brilliant. Man, if Alfred Hitchcock was here, he would be proud. This movie was damn good, damn scary, damn suspenseful, and had a little bit of gore, because we're getting to the age of now, it's cool to show some blood and what a blunt object can do when it enters and penetrates the human body. But yo, a retro look at Psycho 2. Give it a watch. Anthony Perkins, underrated slasher. Handsome, tall, good looking, and can act his ass off. When he's slipping back and forth between mother and son, that dynamic and that dichotomy is amazing to watch. You feel sorry for him at the same time. You're like, man, somebody to kill this man. It's excellent. Excellent casting, excellent acting. The score, not as good as the original. It had elements of the original, but damn. When you're competing against a masterpiece, it's hard. Just like Godfather 2, just as good as the original, if not better. Until the next time, be sure to like, share, subscribe, and tell all your friends, and more importantly, leave your comments down low. I'm out. Peace. Until the next time, y'all. Fade to black.